Imagine it's 5 a.m. and your eyes just open on their own. No alarms screaming at you, no panic, no dread about the day ahead. Just a quiet room, a focused mind, and this strange, almost unfamiliar sense of clarity. What do you need to do today? Why does it actually matter? All of it, crystal clear before your feet even touch the floor. And all day long, you're not chasing distractions. You're not drowning in notifications. Your mind moves like a calm warrior walking into battle. Steady, stable, quietly dangerous. No noise inside your head, just direction. This isn't some superhero power you were born with. This isn't luck. This is what Japanese wisdom does to an ordinary person when they actually live by it. Today, I'm going to hand you 3 Japanese principles that turn an ordinary human being into an unstoppable machine. Kaizen, the art of getting a little bit better every single day. Ikigai, your real reason for being alive when you wake up. And Shoshin, the quiet, humble power of the beginner's mind. And here's the best part, the part nobody tells you. You don't need motivation for any of this. You don't need to feel fired up. You just need the system. So, let's be honest with each other for a second. You've already tried 50 different hacks, haven't you? The 5 a.m. club, Pomodoro timers, those color-coded Notion templates, those beautiful aesthetic morning routines you saved and never followed. And after all of it, you're still stuck in the same place. Why? Because every single one of those things runs on spikes of motivation. And spikes always crash. They have to. That's their nature. You feel unstoppable for 3 days, and by day 4, you're back on the couch feeling worse than when you started. Japanese culture shows you a completely different road. Slow growth, deep, unshakable peace, consistency that doesn't burn out in a week, but lasts you a lifetime. 1. Kaizen. 1% better every day. Kaizen literally means good change, but what it's really about is micro steps. Tiny, almost laughable steps. Here's the core idea, and I want you to really hear it. Kaizen says, make the task so small that you literally cannot say no to it. Your brain can't come up with an excuse because there's nothing to be afraid of. Listen closely. Instead of forcing yourself to read 3 chapters in one sitting, you read just 1 page a day. Instead of 30 minutes of meditation that you dread, you sit for just 30 seconds. Instead of trying to become a beast in the gym overnight, you do 5 push-ups a day. That's it. 5. These tasks look tiny. They look almost pointless. But they are dangerous because they quietly break the resistance sitting inside your brain. Think about what Kaizen is actually doing here. It presses 3 powerful buttons in your psychology. First, resistance drops, and the fear of failure just disappears. There's nothing to fail at when the task is 1 page. Second, identity gets built, brick by brick. You start telling yourself, I'm the kind of person who does this every single day. And that identity is stronger than any goal you could ever write down. Third, the habit loop gets strong. You get rewarded for the action itself, not for some far-off result. You show up, you win, you feel it. Remember this. Powerful people do boring things perfectly. They don't need excitement. It's the daily repetition, done quietly when no one is watching, that builds the progress everyone else envies later. And here's why this matters so much for you. Every big change you've ever wanted, the body, the discipline, the skill, it was never going to come from one heroic effort. It was always going to come from the smallest action repeated 1,000 times. Kaizen isn't asking you to be impressive today. It's asking you to be consistent tomorrow, and the day after, and the day after that. That's the whole secret. Small enough to keep, repeated enough to matter. 2. Ikigai, your reason to live. Ikigai isn't just some pretty diagram you've seen floating around the internet. It's the real answer to that emptiness so many people carry in the modern world. Because, let's face it, most people today are living on autopilot. Wake up, work, eat, scroll, sleep, repeat. And at the end of it, whether the day was truly lived or completely wasted, it makes no difference anymore. It all blurs together. Ikigai steps in and says something radical. Find the work that makes you forget time even exists. The kind of work where you look up and hours have passed and you didn't even notice. Ikigai is built from 4 circles: what you love doing, what you're naturally good at, what the world actually needs, and what you can be paid for. And right in the middle, where all 4 of those circles overlap, that's your Ikigai. That's your sweet spot. But here's the part people get wrong. You don't find it in a single afternoon of thinking hard. You don't unlock it by staring at the diagram. You have to explore it, not expect it. So, let me give you simple steps. Ask yourself honestly, what am I doing when I completely lose track of time? Ask 5 people who know you well, what am I naturally good at? Their answers will surprise you. Go volunteer somewhere. Take on small side projects that scare you a little. Fail at them, then try again. And whatever you do, don't chase passion like it's a lightning bolt. Follow your curiosity instead, quietly, step by step. Because if you catch even a small hint of your Ikigai, even a glimpse, something shifts. Waking up in the morning stops being a chore and starts becoming exciting. And instead of chasing empty goals, you start building something that lasts. A legacy. That's the difference between existing and living. A goal ends. A purpose keeps pulling you forward. When you know your reason for being alive, you don't need someone to push you out of bed. The reason itself does the pushing. And that's a kind of strength no motivation video can ever give you. 3. Shoshin. The beginner's mind is the cheat code hiding in plain sight. This might be the most underrated concept of all 3, and it's the one that quietly destroys the most people. Here's the trap. The moment you improve, even a little, your ego starts to grow right along with you. You start thinking you've figured it out. You start thinking you already know. And that, right there, is exactly where growth stops dead. Shoshin says the opposite. Don't think like an expert, think like a beginner. Because for the beginner, the possibilities are unlimited, wide open, endless. But for the so-called expert, there are only limitations, only walls, only the things they've already decided are impossible. The Zen masters knew this. The calligraphy artists knew it. Even the samurai, the deadliest of them all, knew it. Growth isn't a straight line you finish. It's a circle you keep walking. So how do you actually apply this in your real life? It's simpler than you think. Before you read anything, before you listen to anyone, quietly say to yourself, I could be wrong. Just that. When someone disagrees with you, don't rush to defend yourself. Don't get loud. Instead, lean in and say, explain it to me. Let them teach you. Write one thing down every single day. What did I learn today? And just as important, what did I unlearn? What old belief did I finally let go of? Because ego is the single biggest enemy of your growth. It whispers that you've arrived, that you're done, that you know enough. And the beginner's mind is its greatest enemy right back. Stay humble, stay curious, and you never stop leveling up. Now let's put it all together, your final blueprint. Remember these 3. 1. Kaizen. Less but consistent. Don't try to win big today. Win slowly and you win permanently. 2. Ikigai. Stop chasing passion and follow your curiosity instead until you've built a real purpose worth waking up for. 3. Shoshin. Learn like a student who knows nothing, and you'll grow like a legend everyone remembers. And notice something about all 3 of these. There's no hype in any of them. No screaming coach. No toxic discipline that leaves you burnt out and hating yourself. There's just work. Quiet, steady, patient work. And slowly, without any drama, domination. The kind that creeps up on you until you barely recognize the person you've become.
And one day, sooner than you'd expect, people are going to look at you and ask the question, how did you do it? How did you become this focused, this calm, this unstoppable? And you won't have a big speech ready. You won't need one. You'll just smile a little. Because deep down, you'll already know the answer. It was never one giant leap. It was one page, 30 seconds, 5 push-ups, one honest question. 1% every single day. Repeated until it became who you are. So start today. Not tomorrow, not Monday, not when you feel ready, because you never will. Start small enough that you can't fail. Follow the thread of your curiosity. And walk into every room like you still have everything left to learn. Do that quietly, day after day, and the person you're trying to become stops being a dream. They become the reflection staring back at you in the mirror.